Welcome to my Accutane journey. What this series will be is every Monday I'm going to update you on how my progress is going on Accutane. And I thought this would be interesting because there are no bodybuilders that have ever logged their progress with Accutane. And I know a lot of people are interested, if you're going to be a bodybuilding competitor, or if you're going to be a physique competitor, or if you're just someone who's interested in aesthetics, or if you're someone who's into vigorous exercise or anything, it'll be interesting to see how Accutane affects doing those things and how it works with those things. Also, I haven't really seen many Accutane journals at all, so I thought this would be interesting for anyone, even if you're not a bodybuilder or a lifter or an exerciser. It'll be interesting to see how the progress goes every week. You can see my face and how it changes every week. I started last Monday, and now it's Monday, so it's been a full 7 days. This is week 1, and honestly, I've already seen a change in my complexion. You can see that I have kind of like these boil cysts. They're kind of gross. Yeah, you might want to leave the video if you don't want to hear me talking about my acne, but I have these kind of like boilistic like acne. It's kind of gross, and I'm hoping those clear up. And I have like the regular bumps all around the face. And if you've watched my videos since the beginning of time, you know how I look. So you guys already know where I'm starting from. So a little bit of history about me. I started having acne around 14 or 15, and it literally has nothing to do with my diet or my exercise or my cleanliness or anything like that. I clean my face morning and night every day since I started getting acne, and nothing has helped. And I've never really had a problem with it because I have a pretty good self-esteem. I've never been like, oh no, I can't go out of the house because I have acne or whatever. I don't really care. The only reason I'm doing this is because it seems like to get into the whole media thing, to get into the whole, YouTube thing and the acting thing and being on screen, it seems like people want to concentrate more on your acne than what's actually happening in the video. So if I can clear up my face, I feel like my content will be looked at more than just my face. I feel like it's almost like if you have a clear face, people will listen to you more, they'll listen to my advice as a bodybuilder more, which is kind of, ironic, but if that's what it takes, then that's what it takes, and it's all good. Because I also want to be able to, get real close to the camera like this when I'm doing like acting or something like that, or making short films or music videos, and so I guess that'll be real nice when my face clears up. The way that isotretinoin Accutane works, it's just basically vitamin A, and what it does is so your pores, your glands that are releasing sebum, that's what the, that white stuff, the pus is, that, your zits end up being. It's sebum. And what your body does is it releases that to disinfect your face from bacteria and whatnot. And when your pores are big, that sebum gets clogged in there, and then as the sebum builds up, it makes a whitehead, right? And so if you have large pores, you often have clogged pores. That's just genetics. So that's why my face is, has acne. Now what Accutane does is, because it's drying your body out, it's actually decreasing the size of those pores and decreasing the amount of sebum that can be produced. And that happens because your body is getting so dried out from the vitamin A. Now, a problem with the drying out is that, especially for bodybuilders, is that it dries out the synovial fluid in your joints. So that's basically just all the butter, the lubrication of your joints. So a lot of times, a lot of people have joint pains, and they have trouble squatting and benching, and like your shoulders hurt when you bench, or your knees hurt when you're squatting. So that's something I'll be updating you guys on every week. So far for this first week, I've had no joint pains, none at all. I've felt completely fine, and I'm really being careful and thinking about my joints and making sure that none of them are hurting, and I'm making sure that I warm up every time before I do my workouts. As far as dryness goes, my lips are starting to chap, which is, like one of the most expected things. So I've got my handy dandy chapstick on me at all times so that I don't turn into a bleeding mess of disgusting desert horror in my lips. My face it feels a little drier. It's a lot more sensitive to everything, a lot more sensitive to the sun. Just walking out into the sun, I feel like a vampire. It's like you can almost hear it like sizzle when I go out there. So I got to be more careful when I go in the sun for sure, but that's not a big deal to me either. And it's a lot more sensitive to touch. Just even like a normal little redhead or a whitehead, whenever you touch it, it hurts a lot more. Or if you try to pick at it or something brushes against it, it really hurts. So I guess it just makes you more sensitive, which is also not a big problem to me. As far as my dosing goes, I'll be taking 40 milligrams for the next 2 months, I believe. Then I go in and they reassess, and they decide whether they want to up the dose or keep it at a low dose. 40 milligrams is the regular American low dose, and you usually run that for like 6 months at a time, and you see how the face clears up. So right now I'm running 40 every day, and we'll see how that goes over time. So there's week 1 of my Accutane progress as a bodybuilder. I want you guys to ask questions, especially if you're interested in starting Accutane yourself. I will answer every question, even if it has nothing to do with bodybuilding. It just has to do with Accutane. If you want to know about, like, I don't know, anything like, hey, do your armpits sweat less, or do your eyes hurt more to the sun, or something like that. Any question you guys have about Accutane, go ahead, leave it in the comments, and I'll answer it for you guys. Because this is really about helping you guys as well as just showing you where I'm coming from and letting you get a little bit more in depth with my life. For the sake of stating my stats, the first week here I am 211.5 pounds. I'm at about 9% body fat. I'm 6'1", and I'm 21 years old. So here's to week 1. Here's to hoping my face clears up super soon. I hope I can help you guys out. I hope you guys join me along my journey and give me encouragement and all that good stuff. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.